Hi everybody, how you guys doing? So listen, we wanted to create this video for you to give you some background about the strategy behind the type of store that you want, especially when it comes to square footage and actual location. So one of the first things I wanted to show you was where a store can actually be located. So this is a great area to be in because we're in a shopping center where we're right next to a very popular grocery store. That brings us a lot of foot traffic. We're also right in front of an easement, so one of the different 3 ways that cars can come into the shopping center, we're right across from one of them. So that's a very good idea to have, if you can. Plus, we have a huge parking lot, so we have enough parking for all of our customers. So these are just some of the things you want to look at and think about when we're searching for you for locations. But again, what we really wanted to point out to you is just how square footage is important, but we want to show you what the ideal square footage is, because often it's not what our clients think, which is they need to have this grand amount of space to do the several things that they want to do. I'm going to show you and prove to you how you only need 1,400 square feet to do everything you want to do, especially when you're first starting out. Okay, so let me show you guys. This is 1,400 square feet. Let me first show you. Here's the store. And I'm going to get into a little bit more detail about, so the 2 key things I want to show you. A room in here that you can do wig fitting, you can do a braider, you can even have one salon suite in here, which is the big thing these days. Stylists like to have one room for themselves, so you still have the option to do that. And then we also still have a whole office. So if you want to peek in here, we have a office. So 1,400 square feet, and you still have the ability to have your own office. And sorry, I want to make sure you guys see that you can still have an office and a special room. I know a lot of you like to do wig fittings, and again, great space to have yourself a braider or even a salon stylist if you want. So now we're going to go back and really go through the store itself. So I want to show you some different things in there. First thing I want you to see is why we are strategic about what we order for you and why. One of the things that's important is the shelving. We want you to have the type of shelving where if you need to be the only person running your store, you can still see every aisle and every person, every customer that's in your aisle from where you are. So if you notice, you can still see me over these gondolas. So if you can see me from here, then you definitely can see me, or I can see the customer from up here on my stage. So that's also another reason why we encourage you to get a platform. So now I definitely can see the entire store from right here, at the point of sale register area. So it's very important to do the stage like we ask, and to allow us to purchase the proper shelves for you, which are 5 feet. We're going to come up to the front, and basically I'm going to span out for you the entire store so you can see what we have in here. Again, 1,400 square feet, and you can still have every single item that you think you want to sell. We have wigs, all different types of wigs, human hair, synthetic, all of that. We still have a whole area for makeup, and this is just not the one area we have for makeup. We also have makeup behind the show in the showcases. You're still able to have hair. We still have accessories, shades, all different types of things like that. We have nail polish, all types of things like that still on the showcases. We have accessories on our gondolas. If you notice, here in our front area, we have so much of what we call our natural area. We have 5 shelves worth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shelves worth. However, if you notice, maybe we have another section that doesn't necessarily need 5 shelves, and that's okay. For instance, we have here our hair grease, hair gel, hair oil section. We only need 4 shelves for that. But what I want to point out to you is that when you need to add more, you still have space to add more shelves. What I'm showing you is that 1,400 square feet is more than enough for you to present to your customers everything they're pretty much looking for. If you turn around, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 shelves worth of products as well. Still have wigs, we still have accessories, we even have equipment. You want to put your bigger equipment out here so that way they can see it, but it's too big for them to try to take it. But again, what we're showing you is that you can strategically place all of your items in a 1,400 square foot store. And I'm telling you that because you all like to, I know you especially, think that you need to have 1,800 square feet or 2,000 square feet. That's just more money for you to pay in rent for space that you still are going to have to continue to fill. Because you know why? This is 1,400 square feet. This is $85,000 worth of products and hair and chemicals. We still have more space to put more. So if you think about that, if with 1,400 square feet, we can still purchase more than $85,000 worth and fill up the space, you don't need 2,000 square feet to get everything that you need inside that store. This is manageable. So this is a manageable rent expense. This is a manageable overhead expense as far as you not needing a whole lot of employees, because 1 or 2 people can manage this entire store, because guess what? You can see it. It's not huge. And the way it's set up, you can still manage, you know, your products going in and out. You can do all those things, but now the bigger the space gets, the wider, the longer, and now you're not able to see as well. So this is super duper manageable. And again, stops you from having a lot of expenses, because now you don't need a lot of employees, nor do you need to buy more stuff to fill up more space, because for 1,400 square feet, you have more than enough space to fill up. So we start you with typically $50,000, and that will get you full. But again, as you grow, what we're showing you is that as this store has grown, as you grow, you still only need the square footage, and you still have space to add more. So again, this is $85,000. Most of you, or you yourself, are going to start with $50,000, and that's perfectly fine. We'll still set it up in a way where it still looks good and full. But this is just to show you how you can grow in that space that you're in, and you don't have to necessarily spend more money trying to get a bigger space. What I also want to make sure I pointed out was just how much space is important, meaning all of it's important and we don't want to waste it. If you notice, we have gondolas where we have end caps. So that allows us to put more products up, or chemicals as well. So you want to notice that we're using our end caps. We also have a section where we want lashes, which of course is a very hot item, but very preferable. So we have that set up right in front of the point of sale area. So if the employee's there, they can still kind of manage this. So again, we're showing you where you can use all your shelving plus all of your holes, what we call peg hooks. You can use that space as well. Very important. I want you guys to look up at this. You probably would have got an empty store, seen this, and it just looks like a structure inside the store. Well, it's usable. So we put slat up here, and as you can see, we have wigs up here. Every space is important. If you notice, we're going to show you how pretty much every piece of our wall has slats, because you can put products up, you can hang up hair. There's many things we can do. So we don't want any space wasted, and we still have more space to use. We have slat up there. If we want to, we can take that wall right there and put more slat there. So what I'm telling you is, you want to look at your space and you want to optimize every area possible. So when we're telling you when we purchase you those not the shells, but the slab boards, you want to put it on every area possible so that you can optimize all of your spacing. You can have as much as you want to have inside your store. One of the things I want to point out to you is just the importance of, when we provide to you a diagram that explains your dimensions that you're going to do, because we're going to give you a design that tells you how long, how wide, and how long your stage should be. Well, that's important because of spacing. So when I'm standing up here, as you can see, you want that stage or that platform to be a certain amount of width, because first of all, you have to be compliant. Your store has to be set up in a way where when you have your stage and you have your shelving, wheelchairs can still maneuver through your store. So it's very important that when we give you dimensions, you stick to them, because we're keeping those things in mind when we're designing and telling you what the dimensions should be. So one of the important things is sticking to what we tell you to do with your stage. Why? Because now when it's built, we have the ability to have 2 people up here on the stage who can maneuver, and not so tight that only one person can be back here. Plus, it's important for the hooks. Now, if you're looking to not wide enough, you won't have enough space to be able to maneuver with these hooks up here. And that's going to be very important, because you want your hair and things like that back here. So it's, again, very important to just stick with what we're telling you to do as far as the width of the stage. What that allows us to do is, again, create more space. With you having the proper width and length of the showcases, or what we call the point of sale area, you're able to then have what we have is the what we call corner units. Now that you have a corner unit, you have more shelving space. Again, remember we say you want to strategize and use every space available. Now you have a corner unit and you have glass shelves, and you can put more products, more chemicals, more things up. But if you didn't make it wide enough, we wouldn't be able to put this here. So I just wanted to point out why it's very important to stick with the design that we provide to you, because we are thinking about all of those things when we give you that setup. It's always strategic. If you're able to do something like have a 2-way mirror, you want to do that, so that way you can see people coming in. They can't see you, but at least you can see them. Again, lots of ways for you to manage this store, especially if it's just going to be you. So that way, you can, again, cut down all those expenses, at least in the beginning, until you really flowing well and you got everything in a groove. Then you can worry about adding other things. So we, again, just wanted to point out to you the importance of that stage width, especially if we provided you with that information, giving you a little bit of background about why it's important, because of the hooks that are going to be back there. You want to bump into those, because that could be a real issue, not being able to maneuver because you're running into the hooks, or another person can't be back there with you. So that's just very important to stick to those dimensions that we give you. Correction. So I did say that we have a 2-way mirror. It's not a 2-way mirror. It's a 1-way mirror. We can see out. We can see the customers coming in, but they cannot see us. I said 2-way, but it's a 1-way mirror. So again, if you're able to do so, we definitely want to design that for you as well. Last but not least, and the most important, this is our store. So this is in our BSI headquarters. So we're not just talking about stuff. This is what we do. This is our own store that we designed as well, to make sure that we have the proper spacing for ADA. We have that stage, we have that spacing. We're using every bit of space that we can possibly use to put up everything that we want to have in here. We have a room for, again, wig fitting if we want to get a braider in here. And we also have an office for our employees, especially our manager. So I just wanted to make sure you understood that this is ours. This is how we designed us, with strategy in mind, with safety in mind, all those things in mind. You can come here anytime. You can come visit the store. This is also what we use to train you. We can train you. We can train your employees. We use this place. So this is not, again, theory from a professor. Our professor is a professor. This is real life. Come by anytime. You can come shop. You can come train. You can come look. And again, it's attached to our headquarters. So we're real people in a real place doing real stuff for you. I really hope that you all enjoyed this video. I enjoyed doing it for you. You know why? My name is Leatha Jones, and I'm the department project manager. So this is what I do for you all. And it gives me pleasure to do it. So we really wanted to just make sure to give you some detailed information about the square footage, and why you just want to go ahead and rock with us. And we're telling you the square footage you should get, and how we're going to order for you, because these things are really important, and we care about making sure you start off the best you can start off. So again, I hope you guys enjoyed the information. Please take it, please keep it, please take your notes, and I'll see you guys on the other side.